Sometimes in World of Warcraft, the most deadly mob can be the player's own Chauffer, especially at lower levels. But why is this? Well, on this episode of Bug Hunters of Azeroth, we'll see if we can't answer and solve this tenacious bug. Triggering this bug is simple enough. All one has to do is hop on their trusty chauffeured mechano-hog or Buccaneer's chopper, depending on faction, and walk up to an enemy. Provided they are low level and level synced, they will start to take tremendous damage. Provided the enemy actually hits. But why is this? And why is the damage so high? As seen here, not all vehicles trigger this same glitch. Which leads us to wonder, why? Why is the Chauffer so deadly? Especially in comparison to everything else available. You'd think this would be at least moderately dangerous. So, what is the cause? Well, if we take a good look at Franklin Martin here, our trusty companion, you may notice something a little odd. No, it's not his lack of glasses, or the fact that his hands are not quite on a steering wheel, but rather it's his level. While we are at level 10, he's been scaled down all the way to level 9. While this alone wouldn't normally increase damage taken, I suspect his low hit points imply that he has some rather low defensive stats. But why would we be taking damages if we were him? Well, because we are. Notice that circle beneath us? Right now, we are not controlling ourselves. We're controlling this man on a motorcycle, driving us around. We are, in fact, this NPC, which I strongly suspect, and can hopefully test in just a moment, may contribute to a great deal of this mystery. So, how did we get here? Well, rest assured, that question will not be answered here. But I will share a recipe for making a perfectly roast rump of Draenei, and perhaps answer a few things about this rather peculiar bug. As you can see, there's quite a lot of lava nearby, and lava, surprise, is hot. But how hot? It deals a set percentage of our health, what I can tell, approximately 10%, give or take 1 or 2 points. Now, if we were truly in the sidecar there, sitting there, we'd be roasting Pantsu's namesake off now, wouldn't we? But instead, we're perfectly fine, even as the tire dives dangerously deep into the molten pool. But if Franklin Martin takes a dip, in addition to regretting his choice of patron, we start to take damage, not him. And interestingly, it's based on our health, not his. This tells us a few things. First of all, lava is not affected by armor. It's a set percentage of our health. Additionally, this seems to imply that we do, in fact, control Franklin Martin, or his horde counterpart, not the ourself in the sidecar. Secondly, surprisingly, Franklin Martin doesn't wear armor, which I'm sure is a vastly shocking bit of trivia. Stats in WoW do a variety of things, but primarily we are concerned here with stamina, which determines our health, and armor, which reduces damage we take. This does not apply to lava damage or certain other environmental damages, but it does apply to all damage involved with NPCs and players, except perhaps certain spells. Versatility plays a smaller role, but it is so minuscule, at this level anyway, that it's not worth taking into consideration. I suspect what happens is we are taking damage as if we had whatever his armor stat is. And given what he's wearing, I suspect that is 0. That, combined with his low level, results in massively heightened level scaling. Should we test it some more? Because there's one more thing and one more aspect of this bug to show off. back in Elven Forest, we find ourselves with Pantsu's trusty companion, Bura. Unfortunately, as of Dragonflight Season 4, this aspect of the bug appears to have been fixed. But in summary, prior to last night's patch, these various abilities would be drastically scaled down if riding a Chauffer, taking for a fraction of their intended damage. Why is this? Well, again, I have some theories. It could be we were using the intellect, the strength, the agility of Franklin Martin here. Or it could simply be a very strange piece of coding unrelated to this whole snafu. Either way, I'm a bit disappointed I didn't get to show this off. It was truly, truly peculiar. But perhaps next time, I'll act a bit sooner. So, as we drive off into the sunset on our ill-advised water vehicle, let's go over what we've learned. First off, Franklin Martin is either the world's most dedicated or world's most foolish driver. But most importantly, riding upon a chauffeured mount seems to put you at great risk. Why? It seems to use the armor of the NPC driving it, but otherwise uses our stats and his level. This combination results in enemies dealing drastically enhanced damage, and prior to Season 4 of Dragonflight, it also drastically reduced the damage that we dealt when riding upon it, though that aspect of it seems to have been cleared up at last. Overall though, this shouldn't affect too many characters. If you're level 70, he's level 72, and it won't have any effect. Though, why you'd be riding this mount at that point, I have no idea, as it is one of the few, very very few mounts whose speed cannot be increased past 60%. A title dubiously shared with turtles. Suffice to say, it's not the speediest ride around. Aside from that though, it may cause some trouble if you're leveling, but be careful, be wary, and as always, hunt for those bugs of Azeroth that make you smile with their weirdness. This is Meow, and this is Pants, heading off.